Hi, my name is John Putman. I'm the director of the International Business Program at San Diego State University, and we are glad to be able to provide you this presentation about the International Business major. Now, we would have loved to have been able to see you live in person, but we hope that this presentation will be able to answer at least most of the questions you have. We are going to go over all aspects of the major, and at the end, talk about a few very common questions, but there's always an opportunity for you to contact us individually. What I'd like to do right now is introduce some of our staff here. Marbel Franco, she is the study abroad advisor. You're going to hear from her a little bit later about study abroad. David Toe, our academic advisor, unfortunately is not able to attend today. Maricela LaPlante is our internship and career advisor, and you're going to also hear from her. She's going to cover some of the academics, but also some of the career and internship aspects of the major. And then Jessica Lopez is our administrative coordinator. You'll get to see her if you come to the office, or if you call, you're likely to be talking with her. So what we'd like to do then is go over a few things about the major, and then I'm going to turn it over to Maricela, and she will talk a little bit about the academics, and then we'll move on forward to also look at study abroad as well as the internship. Now, hopefully you know that San Diego State's International Business Program is ranked 11th in the nation. This is, we think, a reflection of parts of the way we've designed the major over the last 20 or 30 years. We are also, of course, 5th among undergraduate programs in public universities. And we will be talking a little bit more about what features of the major you should be looking at particularly when you're comparing our program with others. Now, one of the features of our program is a robust study abroad experience. We have our own study abroad partners, more than 30 around the world. Many from these are the top business schools in the world. And most of you will have an opportunity to hopefully study at one of these. We also offer some unique extracurricular activities for our students. For the last 3 years, and this is upcoming as our 4th year, we host the International Business Case Competition. The case competition brings teams from around the country to participate in a 3-day event where students will address an international business problem and then present their solution as a team to a group of business leaders. One reason why we love to host this, it not only brings a good attention to our university, but it gives our team an opportunity to participate in another competition. They also get to participate in a spring competition in St. Louis, as well as a later one in the fall in Boston at Northeastern University. But by hosting it, it also allows us to open up the event live to our own students. So for freshmen up through seniors, have a chance to go watch these top 4 teams in particular in the finals, present their solutions, and deal with the question and answer from the business leaders. In addition to the case competition, we also now offer some company site visits where we take students or small groups of students to different regional and local businesses that are involved in international business, where they can learn about what the companies do, the role of language and other kinds of experiences in these companies. And we hope this will also give them a sense of the other kinds of opportunities they may see as they move forward. Now, lastly, we also offer more than 20 student business organizations that students can participate. We have our own International Business Student Society, but also the Fowler College of Business has more than 20 other organizations. So if you have an interest in something like marketing or entrepreneurship, these are always available for students and a great opportunity to work with other students, to network, and just be around your fellow students who are interested and share the same passion as you do. Well, for now then, we're going to move on to academics, and I'll turn it over to Maricela to speak.
Thanks, John. The International Business Curriculum is interdisciplinary and combines courses in 3 main areas: business, foreign language, and regional cultural studies. All students will emphasize in one of our 11 languages, and we have 6 regions of the world to choose from. Unique to our program is a semester abroad requirement where students study abroad a full semester in their chosen language and region, or choose to engage in a professional internship abroad. All students will also complete an internship in their senior year to gain further professional experience. And then going over the business curriculum, it gives students an opportunity to explore various areas of business, such as supply chain, international business strategy, global marketing, business ethics. However, in the senior year, students will also choose an additional business focus. This gives them a little bit more in-depth experience in one of the areas. Thank you, John. The business focus areas that we have to choose from are economics, entrepreneurship, finance, management information systems, or marketing. And I'm going to pass it on to Maribel, who's going to talk a little bit more about our languages.
Thank you, Marisela. As Marisela mentioned, students have to select a language and a region of emphasis. We offer 11 languages in 6 regions of the world. When selecting a language and a region of emphasis, we ask that students think about business at first, think about employment opportunities in these regions, think about the economy, and think about their career goals as they're selecting a language and region of emphasis. This is also an opportunity for students to start a language from scratch. So if you learned a language in high school, you don't have to select the same language. The program is designed so that you learn a language from the first level, and will be continuing learning that language up until senior year. So for international business students, you are more marketable the more languages that you learn. The neat thing too about this program is we have a track designed just for international students. So this is only open to students that complete their high school education outside the United States. So it's a very diverse program and an opportunity for local students to also meet international students. Next, we also have a semester abroad requirement. This semester abroad requirement is one of the key requirements in the major. Students will spend a semester in their target language and region. We offer 2 different options for students to meet this requirement, with option 1 being the study abroad program. This is an immersive semester-long study abroad in which students not only live abroad, but also are taking advanced business courses with local business students abroad. One of the key differences in our study abroad program is that these are all highly immersive experiences. They're exchange program in which students generally study abroad at tuition rate, but enroll in classes at one of our partner universities abroad. In terms of cost, financial aid is pre-approved for all of the study abroad programs, so any loans, grants, and scholarships can be used towards the study abroad option. We also allow students to double count their internship requirement with their semester abroad requirement by completing a business internship in their target language and region. There will be an additional amount of hours that students have to complete. One thing to keep in mind is that scholarships can apply, but usually financial aid can't be applied towards an international internship. So in terms of when students are going abroad, parents, don't worry. Right now, we know that things are very uncertain in the world with COVID-19. For students coming into San Diego State, this would be first semester of senior year, so 3 to 4 years at the most is when students are generally studying abroad. And we're here to support them throughout that experience. We ask that everyone apply to study abroad at least 1 year ahead so that we can start thinking about costs, but also looking at any potential courses students can take so that we ensure that they don't fall behind with their degree requirements. And next, I'll pass it on to Marisela to go over our internship requirement.
So all students are required to complete an internship. This is typically a senior year experience. The reason for that is that we see students have more success finding a job post-graduation if they are in an internship in their last semester, either through being hired by that internship or being able to make a connection through that internship that leads to a job. Students do complete internship hours while concurrently enrolled in our internship course, IB 495, International Business Internships for 3 units of credit. We have an extensive list of partners that we work with, so students are able to use that list to find internships. And then we also help them prepare for their internship by offering resume reviews, LinkedIn reviews, interviewing help, and then also making sure that students are aware of opportunities on campus to connect with professionals through our calendar, social media, and weekly announcements. Things on campus that they can find are professional panels, business lectures, company visits to campus, company visits offsite also, and many other activities. And then one of the questions that is most common is, what do students actually do with an international business degree? What we see from our alumni is that a lot of them are working in some of these fields: sales and marketing, operations, supply chain, business development, human resources, finance, and entrepreneurship are the most popular. However, international business professionals can find opportunities in many industries, such as multinational corporations, banks, foreign companies, government, and much more. So there's really no limit what they can do with an international business degree.
Well, thank you, Marcella and Maribel. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over some very common questions. Since this is a recorded presentation, we don't have the right opportunity to get your exact questions, but based on our interaction with prospective students over the last several years, some of these are the most common questions. But as I said, you can always call us, or right now perhaps better email us, and we can try to set up meetings with you or just answer your questions by email. All right, so our first question, what is the cost of study abroad?
So our study abroad programs, as mentioned earlier, are exchange programs. And the way these exchange programs work is that students are paying their regular SDSU tuition. And the only cost they need to factor is the cost of living abroad or getting abroad, things like airfare, visas, food, housing. So those are the costs that need to be considered in addition to the SDSU tuition. So they're generally pretty affordable, as students are able to continue paying the same tuition as they would as if they were taking classes at SDSU.
Great. How does the major work with the Honors College?
So the major actually works quite well because our international experience will also fulfill the Honors College international experience. Furthermore, our advisor will work with students in the Honors College and provide them with an individualized study plan to include their honors requirements so that they can see all of their degree requirements all in one location.
One of the very popular questions is, can I study abroad earlier than when allowed in the international business major?
Absolutely. So we always encourage students to participate in additional study abroad programs. A great program to look at is one of the faculty-led courses, because these are SDSU courses taught abroad with a professor and a group of students. So it's a great introduction to going abroad, but also it directly meets our major requirements if the class is one of the degree requirements that is on our major.
Will students earn credit for major courses during their study abroad program?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the first things that students will work on when they enter the major is on an individualized study plan. This plan will detail all of the courses that they have to take every year. And in year 3, they start planning for the classes that they need to save for studying abroad. And also they start planning for an estimated graduation date as well. So students are not wasting any time when they go abroad. We actually start planning towards graduation as we're planning to, the abroad semester. And again, they will receive an individualized plan to outline all of the courses they should be getting credit while they're abroad.
All right, can I double major or add a minor to the major?
Yes, double majors are definitely allowed with some exceptions. Students cannot double major in any of the areas under the Fowler College of Business, for example, finance, accounting, and so forth. You can also not double major or minor in your language or region of studies. However, minors in other areas are permitted.
Great. Do I have to start my language from the beginning if I have AP credit or took a language for several years in high school?
No, AP credit will clear certain lower division courses depending on the score that you received. And students who took language in high school can take a look at the general catalog, which contains a formula that lets you know how many courses each year of language cleared. In addition, students who have native proficiency can take an exam with the language department to determine which level to start.
Great. Do you find internships for me, or do I have to find my own?
We don't place students directly in internships. However, we do have an extensive list of partners that are available when students are enrolled in the internship course. And then we also help with preparation, including resumes, reviews, and career fair advice, things like that, to help students prepare in finding internships.
Right. And do I have to focus on the language that I took in high school? Can I change my emphasis?
Yes, definitely can change your emphasis. Do not have to stay with the language that you took in high school. The program is actually set up that you can start a new language freshman year and still complete the degree in 4 years. We do encourage students to not change their language past the first semester, as it can delay your progress in the major. And then for transfers, we actually do not recommend changing your language emphasis, as language courses are sequential. It can significantly delay your progress.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We were glad to have the opportunity to at least give you somewhat of an overview of our major. We do want to remind you that you can always ask us or contact us for more information. Right now, since our office is closed, the best way to reach us is ib@sdsu.edu. And if you're interested in setting up a personal virtual appointment with us, you're free to do so. Just give us your phone number, other contact information, and some of the best times for you, and we will try to schedule you some moment in between when it works for both of us. All right, well, thank you very much for listening to this presentation. We hope we answered many of your questions, and more importantly, we hope that many of you students will decide to join us at San Diego State University. Thank you. Hold on a second.